It's past midnight, and Donald Trump is having a full-on meltdown. Social media explodes with post after post. Tariff King, Mr. Tariff, over and over again. He's even using the White House account to hype himself up. But here's where it gets wild. This isn't just about self-promotion. This is part of something much darker. And as the chaos escalates, it's starting to impact the country in ways you won't see coming. Stick around, because what happens next could change everything you thought you knew about Trump and the moment we're living in. This isn't just a random Twitter rant. What we're witnessing is the unraveling of something much bigger, something that could change the way America stands in the world. Last night, Trump made headlines for all the wrong reasons, but this isn't just about his ego. It's about a broken promise. Remember when Trump told the people of Iran, "We've got your back," promising to go to war if the Ayatollah harmed a single protester? He vowed to take action, guns blazing. Now he's tweeting his admiration for the Ayatollah. He thanks him for sparing over 800 lives. The same Ayatollah he once called an enemy. What happened, and why does this matter? Because these about faces, these contradictions, aren't just happening overseas. They're shaking the very foundation of American politics. So what's really going on behind the scenes? Trump's shift from "we'll take down the Ayatollah" to "thank you for sparing those lives" isn't just baffling, it's alarming. And it's more than a public relations nightmare. It's a complete collapse of consistency, a breakdown of leadership that's playing out in real time. Remember this, he's still the same person who promised to protect those protesters, yet now he's praising the very regime that slaughtered them. What changed? And what does it mean for the rest of us? The reality is this flip-flop exposes a dangerous pattern. Trump's unpredictability is no longer just a personal flaw. It's an international issue. Countries are watching, and this time they might not be so forgiving. Now let's talk escalation. This isn't a one-time slip. It's the continuation of a pattern that's been building for months, if not years. The same unpredictability that led to this reversal in Iran is showing up at home, affecting policies, alliances, and America's role on the global stage. It's like watching a car crash in slow motion. Just think back to earlier this year when Trump said the U.S. would make trade great again with tariffs on China. At first, it was hailed as bold, even genius, but now these tariffs are turning into economic pressure points, causing chaos for industries, families, and allies alike. And in the midst of this, Trump's response is clear. Double down, ramp up the rhetoric. But here's where it gets even darker. These moves are normalizing a pattern of aggressive, reckless decision-making that leaves the country and the world on edge. The evidence just keeps piling up. And it's getting more disturbing. Trump isn't just misjudging situations, he's actively fueling contradictions. Remember the CIA director, John Ratcliffe? He's out there with Venezuelan officials, shaking hands with a man deeply linked to one of the most authoritarian regimes in the world. Why? Because Trump's regime has found a new way to funnel money. Venezuelan oil isn't helping American citizens or businesses. No, it's enriching Trump's right-wing oligarch friends through bank accounts in Qatar, completely out of sight. It's a blatant move of power, and it's all happening under the radar. And here's the kicker. The U.S. isn't just watching this unfold, it's complicit. This isn't a simple scandal. It's the foundation of something much worse, a shift in global influence that's all about securing personal gain. And that's where the story flips. Now, let's stack this crisis. First, we have the pardons, the troubling, almost absurd number of them. From a convicted fraudster to an oil tycoon with ties to dirty money, Trump's letting these people off the hook. But it doesn't stop there. He's rewarding those involved in corruption, fraud, and even worse. And if that's not bad enough, he's doing it publicly. The message is clear. Power is about who you know, not about right or wrong. Next, we have the constant reckless distractions. From the baffling speeches to the constant Tariff King persona, Trump is flooding the media with noise, deliberately. Meanwhile, serious issues are being left unresolved. If this continues, it won't just be a loss of reputation, it will be a full-blown collapse of trust in leadership, both here and abroad. So what happens next? Now, let's bring this back to you, the everyday person, the one who feels the weight of these decisions. Trump's actions aren't just causing global instability, they're hitting home. Gas prices rise, groceries cost more, and wages stay stagnant. And what's his answer? A bizarre meal plan, where he suggests that a single piece of chicken, broccoli, and a tortilla could solve inflation. It's a slap in the face, to anyone struggling to make ends meet. But it's not just the economy. Look at the damage to trust. The same people who've supported him through thick and thin are beginning to ask, how did we get here? And maybe more importantly, what now? If you've felt the sting of these decisions, leave a comment. Let's hear your thoughts, because in the end, these aren't just political moves. They're human consequences. It's easy to get caught up in the outrage, but let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. What's happening here isn't just about one man's failures. It's about the system that enables it. When power is concentrated in the hands of the few, decisions like these are no accident. The leverage, the incentives, the spectacle, it all feeds into this toxic cycle. Trump didn't just stumble into these positions. He's riding a wave of fear, greed, and manipulation. This isn't a random breakdown of leadership. It's a calculated shift in power dynamics that allows these contradictions to thrive. And that's where it gets unsettling. The system isn't just broken. It's designed to protect those at the top while everyone else pays the price. Now we're at a crossroads. What happens next? Well, there are two paths. One leads to continued chaos, where contradictions and corruption deepen, where trust erodes even further, and where power stays in the hands of those who manipulate it. The other path, it's uncertain. Maybe a shift in public sentiment, maybe a revolt from within. But here's the thing. Whichever path we take, the momentum is already in motion. Things are unfolding too quickly to turn back now. Every decision Trump makes is a ripple that's causing waves across the political and global landscape. The question is, who's in control and what happens when the ripple turns into a tidal wave? In the end, it's not just about Trump's tweets or his unpredictable actions. It's about the larger consequences. What we're seeing unfold is a story about the erosion of leadership, trust, and stability. A man who once promised to protect the vulnerable now praises the very regime that oppresses them. A system that rewards corruption, lies, and contradictions. And all the while, the people bear the brunt of these decisions. But here's the truth. This story isn't over. It's only beginning. The next move is already being made, and it will change everything. If you want to stay ahead of the curve and get the full analysis, make sure to follow for more. We're just getting started.